Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Spirit of Justice. So we just finished talking to Dirk about what happened in the incident, which gave us really nothing to work with because he doesn't remember, so, that's a problem. So we're gonna talk about the incident that happened 23 years ago. About that incident 23 years ago. That was when the previous Queen Amara was assassinated, wasn't it?
Yes, someone set her private residence on fire. She lost her life in the ensuing blaze.
And you were arrested for the crime? Why would they arrest you, Mr. Samahi? Weren't you just a lawyer back then? What relation could you have had with the Queen?
About that. Amara was, well, she was my wife.
Oh!
I may not look the part, but I was once a husband to a queen. In short, I was royalty.
Oh! What? No way! Are you saying you won the heart of the reigning queen?
Come on, you're talking to a guy who'd honed his prowess against witnesses on the stand. Even a queen is no match for this dragon's glare.
Holy shit, Dirk. Wow, you're really something else. So was a verdict ever reached, Dirk?
I acted as my own attorney and won. Until I was accused of fabricating evidence, that is. Then it all went south.
Now, where have I heard a story like that before? I don't know. Maybe some guy with a spikier hair than Dirk. What happened after that?
I made a run for it.
You ran? But why?
I didn't kill Amara, and I didn't fabricate any evidence. But if I had stuck around for a retrial, I'd have been found guilty for sure. I couldn't allow that to happen. Amara's true killer would never face justice if I did. So I left my law practice behind and went underground.
But that was 23 years ago. You telling me that after all these years, you still haven't discovered the truth?
Yeah, the fact that it was an arson means that the crime scene was reduced to ashes. There is little in the way of evidence left. It's just been brick wall after brick wall.
Guess that means it's all up to me to figure it out, huh? Along with Minister Inga's murder, of course. I think I'm going to be sick.
Come on, son. Don't look so down. You on the case, it'll work out somehow.
I hope he's right.
Say, son, do you remember my office?
Sure. I remember that messy, dimly lit room.
The file I've amassed on Amara's assassination is kept there. I think it might help you on this case. You remember how to get there?
Let me think. I recall going in through a manhole. How can I not, Dirk? I hated how I always got so dirty getting there. And that stench. That old case is important too, but I should probably focus on the minister's murder first.
I see you got it safely out of the tomb.
You chucked this heavy thing at Apollo! Why did you throw it at me like that?
I want you to listen carefully, son. Orb must not fall into Garon's hands. Not ever.
I thought Minister Inga was the one who was after it. He was the one who lent it to Professor Buff to study, after all. So haven't you exposed his crimes now?
I have, but There's more connected to this relic than meets the eye. Much more. And whatever it is, I can't help feeling that it could turn this entire kingdom upside down.
He said something like that before. Looks like Dirk's intuition is at it again.
Garan will do anything to retrieve this. So guard it well, son, at least until tomorrow's trial.
I'm afraid your time is up. Hello, pretty boy. Nayuta! It's time for the prisoner's interrogation. So be gone, you putrid-headed criminal-abetting lawyer. Wow, wait! Don't tell me you're the prosecuting attorney. What? But that would mean... Is there a problem here? You bet there is! He's your father! And your point is? My relation to the accused is irrelevant. The fact remains, I am a prosecutor. No, that's not what I don't think I'm getting through to him.
Nayuta, long time no see, son. How have you been? Look, I hear you've been serving Garan, rather faithfully in fact. Whatever happened to our dream of taking her down and changing this country, son?
The past is the past.
You mean, why are you doing this?
It's simple. People change. The Nayuta you knew exists no more.
Listen, son, I don't know what made you change like this. But you're still my boy, even if you prosecute my case. The rest of the Defiant Dragons and I eagerly await your return. Whenever you're ready, we'll welcome you back with open arms.
Not sure about the open arms thing, considering. Oh! As I said, I've moved on. Now let us waste no more time, for flowers do not blossom simply from talk of the past. Nayuta. Why do I get the feeling there's something he wants to say, but can't? Guard, move the accused to the interrogation room. Yes, sir! This way, you rebel scum!
Ow! Not so rough, will you?
Nayuta. Is he seriously going to prosecute his own father? Is there anything else we can do? I mean, at this point we can't have... Yeah, okay, I guess we're moving now. So let's go. Where are we heading? Now we're going to the tomb? I guess we're going to the tomb, because Emma's there, right? Yeah. So this is the tomb of Amara, the previous queen of Karayan. It's really lavish. I guess you could say it's fit for a queen. Is the faceless woman in that mirror over there Amara? No, that's the Holy Mother. Mother. Why do I always keep saying Mother? She's the one who brought spirit channeling to Karayan. All right, the woman in the orb.
Oh, it's you two. Getting right down to business, I see.
Hi, Emma. We heard you give us a hand if we needed it.
Yep, Mr. Edgeworth asked me to help where I could. So it's been quite a while since you've been back in Karayan, I hear.
Yeah, more than 10 years, in fact.
Well, you sure didn't waste any time. I mean, you're already mixed up in a murder. You're as big a trouble magnet as Mr. Wright.
please don't say that. My luck's already bad enough as it is. Emma, I hear Prosecutor Samadhi has requested your services again. He seems to have really taken a liking to you.
You mean his ephemeral holiness? I don't mind that he approves of me and my abilities.
Aww.
It's just his people skills need some serious work. But when he manages a smile and compliments my work, it's hard to say no. Plus, working on investigations overseas is a priceless experience, but flying back and forth between here and home every few days with no days off has been tough, and the lack of sleep has been brutal on my skin. And to make matters worse, the defendant in this case is someone I know. I mean, how could this possibly get any worse?
Sounds like they've got one complicated prosecutor-detective relationship going on. Poor Emma. Okay, no, we're not presenting badges. No badge presenting. We're just gonna talk. Let's talk. Emma, have you determined the cause of death?
Blood loss from a stab wound. A single stab in the back was enough to cause the victim to bleed to death. The estimated time of death is 3 p.m., which is when Dirk came onto the scene.
Any suspects besides Dirk?
No, he, Maya, and the minister were the only ones here. And Maya had been tied up until she was freed by the Queen's Royal Guard.
Could someone have been hiding somewhere in here?
Not likely. I was told this tomb was searched from top to bottom right after the murder. And during that time, the Royal Guard set up a perimeter to prevent anyone from escaping.
In other words, the crime scene was completely sealed off.
It would appear so.
No way for a third party to escape without being spotted, so... Great. It's another one of those convoluted, locked room mysteries. About the victim, Minister Inga. He was the kingdom's Minister of Justice, correct?
Yes. Inga Karako Karayan was the second most powerful figure in Karayan. Plus, he was married to the Queen.
Seems strange that someone of his status would abduct someone.
Apparently, he only told a few of his most loyal subordinates about his plan. That way, there was little chance of the police or even the Queen finding out.
Even the Queen didn't know, huh? What was Inga hoping to gain by getting his hands on the orb?
That I don't know, but I'm working on it.
I wonder if it really was for what politician Wimperson said.
I must deliver it to my benefactor at all costs.
What do they want that relic for, anyway?
It's something to do with an old legend. My patron seeks the great power said to be granted to whoever solves its secret.
So did Inga want the power for himself? A great power that is said to be bestowed on whoever solves the orb's secret. For Ryan, only those who can channel spirits are said to be fit to rule. Is that why Inga wanted such power? Did he want to be king? The first king of Karayan. So this is the tomb of the previous queen.
Yes, Queen Amara was laid to rest here. She lost her life in an arsonist's blaze. What a tragic end. I heard this tomb sits on the actual site of her residence before it was burned down. They rebuilt it on the same spot so her soul could rest in peace.
So this is where the fire happened, huh? Why do you think Minister Inga was holding Miss Faye captive here?
It's the perfect spot if you think about it. It's close to his private quarters, which made it easy to keep an eye on his prisoner. And the courtyard is only open to the royal family, so he had little to fear of prying eyes. Plus, the tomb is normally locked, and only the royal family is allowed access.
So that's why he picked this place. How long had Miss Faye been held captive?
About 6 days.
6 days? Really? That long?
It appears that she was severely weakened by her prolonged confinement. She passed out as soon as she was freed and is now on an IV drip at the hospital. She's been asleep ever since.
Poor Miss Faye. I hope she gets better soon. Emma, do you mind if we start looking around?
Sure. I've already got the okay. Knock yourselves out. Oh, and here. It's a diagram the police drew of the tomb. I thought I'd give you a copy to help your investigation along.
Thank you. Alright. Let's get to work then.
Oh, and let me know if you need my forensic expertise. Don't you dare keep all the fun to yourselves, you hear?
You don't need to worry about that. Besides, I hardly classify this as fun. Alright, let's see. What are we gonna look into now? Look, one of the statues is broken. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to see from here. Let's check it out when we get a little closer. It looks like the Holy Mother was painted here to watch over Amara's sarcophagus. So it's like, this tomb is protected by the founder? That must be so reassuring to those she left behind. Only one problem. They didn't paint the eyes she needs to do the said watching. Come to think of it, she doesn't have a mouth to smile down on the tomb with either. It's actually kind of creepy. I wonder if being watched over by something like that gives the queen nightmares. Hey, keep that up, and the founder just might come and watch over you too. So this is Amara's sarcophagus. Let's take a closer look. Hey, these curtains open, Apollo! That's one big sarcophagus.
They say the mummy of Amara, the former queen, rests inside.
Mummy, huh? Rats, it's locked. Oh my god, Apollo, no!
Hey, don't touch that!
You mean we can't search inside it?
Not a chance. Besides, it's not something anyone would try opening anyway.
What if the real killer's hiding inside? Hey, anyone in there?
Don't do that! You're gonna get us cursed!
God, cursed?
The queen likely bears a grudge towards the living after such a violent, painful death. So no one dares touch the sarcophagus for fear of incurring her wrath.
Oh no, Apollo! What am I gonna do? Don't look at me!
In any case, the sarcophagus is temperature controlled. It's kept really cold to preserve the mummy. So, even if someone did decide to hide inside it, they would eventually freeze to death.
I see. Still, if they bundled up, I bet a person could hide in there for a little while. Temperature-controlled tomb sarcophagus, damn. Lucky bastard. It's like a small army of monks, all neatly lined up. It looks like they're facing the sarcophagus in prayer.
If you look carefully, each one has a slightly different expression.
I wonder if they use real people as models.
Some are frowning, some are smiling. There's one that looks like he's trying his hardest not to burst out laughing.
Really? Huh, I wonder why.
Maybe it's like those times when things are so intense you can't help but laugh. You know, like at funerals and stuff.
They went through all the trouble of depicting that? Talk about going overboard. Oh! Ooh. Wow, okay. Hold on a second. That. This is the grape juice Inga was drinking. He was probably nervous before his meeting with Dirk.
So he drank grape juice? I'm not seeing the logic here.
Mr. Wright told me all about it when he was hospitalized a few years ago. He said grape juice has something in it that helps you relax.
Really? Are you sure he was talking about regular plain old grape juice? Because it sounds like he was talking about the fermented variety.
No, he couldn't have meant that. I mean, we're talking about a medical facility. They wouldn't have allowed something like that in.
Uh-huh. Right. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, man.
Wow, it's covered in blood.
With a blood splatter this large, it must have gotten all over the killer, too. Come to think of it. There was blood on Dirk's clothes.
The circumstantial evidence points to Dirk being the killer.
That's what I'd conclude if I were a cop, too. Why are things always so bleak for me? Because the defense attorney's life is awful. Guess this is where Inga collapsed when he died. Better take a closer look. So the minister was armed, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's a 4-shot pistol. He had it for self-defense, apparently. But it won't be firing anything anytime soon.
Huh?
He was carrying a broken gun around for show?
No, we recovered a bullet here. Which means the gun probably broke as the minister fired its last round. Thing is, the gun's chambers are all empty. Yet that one bullet is the only bullet we could find.
So 3 bullets are missing? That is strange. Where did the other 3 go?
Maybe Dirk ate them.
We can ask the next time we see him. Just be ready for his predictably shocking answer. He ate them. So this is the murder weapon. Emma, did you find any prints on it?
Yep, and they were super clear. They belonged to one Dirk Sarmati.
That's not good. Were there any others?
There was one more print from another individual, but it was too smudged to identify. It's probably an old print from someone else who handled the knife.
Oh. Yet another piece of unhelpful info to add to our ever-growing pile. Ugh. I wonder if this is Inga's cell phone. Probably.
It should be. His fingerprints are all over it.
Do you know if he talked with anyone recently?
There were a few calls logged between him and his underlings. They're all members of the secret police who were directly under the minister's control.
spies? I don't think that's quite it.
Talking to someone before he died. That's the question.
You've already taken the body away. It's kind of sad how familiar I've become with body outlines.
I have a photo of the body if you're interested.
Oh yes, very much. Very much so.
He was stabbed right in the back. The poor guy was practically skewered.
What's he wearing on his arms?
Those are the cuffs of justice.
The cuffs of justice.
Seems to be a tradition here for the Minister of Justice to wear those forearm cuffs.
They look like they're made of a thick fabric, so I guess they aren't for protection. Maybe they're for keeping his sleeves out of the way when handling documents. Yeah, that's probably their original purpose. But over the years, the reason for wearing them was probably forgotten. Now they're just one of many traditional things that people do without knowing why. Oh, I get it. Kinda like the way you roll up your sleeves, huh? Or your psychology, if we're going there. I happen to know why I started, thank you very much.
Okay, got the crime scene photo. Is there anything else I can look at here? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, back up. And what is there anything here? I guess we can examine that. The sarcophagus is surrounded by a curtain. I bet someone could have hidden behind it.
True, but that's one of the many places the Royal Guard checked after storming in.
Wow, they were really thorough.
Yes, well, apparently one of their members loves mystery novels. He peered into every nook and cranny with an almost frightening amount of gusto.
Is he a fan of Sherlock Holmes?
And when he was done, he said, "Very interesting. It's like one of those locked room mysteries."
Sounds like he's in the wrong line of work. Is this supposed to be Amara channeling a spirit? Looks like the spirit of some country's sultan or something. And she seems to be conveying something to his retainers. She's on fire! This must be Amara's assassination as allegedly carried out by Dirk. It really made him look evil. This is the weirdest one of all. Is that supposed to be Dirk facing his punishment in the afterlife? Anyway, huh? I guess that's the last one.
No, there's more. On the other side, I'm pretty sure.
I guess we're supposed to see this as a happy ending.
Yeah, except nobody came out of this story happy. That's awkward. Let's check this other side of the mirror now, I'm curious. Oh, we're running low on time.
A baby on a lotus blossom? That's one strange painting.
Apparently that's part of a mural depicting the life and times of Queen Amara. You know, like a storyboard or something.
So that baby's supposed to be Amara? This one depicts Amara preaching to the faithful. It's hard to put into words, but I've never seen anything like it. Let's see, the next one is... Is that Dirk? Why does he have horns? My best guess is... It depicts the first time Amara and Dirk met. So he's supposed to be some kind of demon who's seducing her? Well, he was successful since they got married after that. The mural continues on the opposite wall.
Yeah, we already saw that, so we're not going to pick at it again. We're also running out of time, so I'm going to quickly get through here.
Miss Faye was apparently tied to this chair. Let's take a closer look. Ugh! We should try to cover every angle
every angle possible here. Okay, we'll have to do that in the next video because, that's not happening. Slide the touchscreen, or use the circle pad to look around carefully in this area. Wait, really? Oh! Oh, that's... Okay, that's cool. I saw a bit of blood on that chair, so, we will look into this in the next video because, we do not have time in my... Yeah, we're gonna have to stop here, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I hate having to do this in the middle of, like, the investigation, but... I guess this particular investigation is gonna take a little bit more time. Oh well. Alright, see you guys then.